our ball. It's our ball.
I love it.
It's our ball. There's our ball. Right.
Take over first 10. 43. Freddie Young, the ball game. Heath Rittenauer over the right.
Outside.
At the 15-yard line.
First down, first down, first down. Nice, nice, nice.
Rick, fourth down.
Ah, we moved.
Touchdown. Point.
Nope. Yes. Oh.
Travis Wallace. Number 22, he's wide.
Uh-oh.
Put him down, put him down.
Fumble.
Fumble.
Come on, Freddie. Go, Freddie. Go, Freddie. Go, Freddie.
Freddie Young around the outside. Try. Turn it on, baby. Turn it on. Touchdown, Red. Pick is up. And good. Kick for Manson now.
Get up!
Yeah, put him down. At the 37-yard line.
Not anymore.
Jimmy Tokanowski over the right side. Stop. Number 16 is McCoy, the ball carrier straight.
Yeah, but will they?
Heath Rittenauer on the return to the right side of the...
Look at that run. Look at that run.
Jason Grundorf, the ball carrier. Recon jump around the outside. Just shy of the goal line.
Touchdown.
And Daniel Antonelli in. Picks up after doing a terrific job blocking.
All right.
Tokanowski, the ball carrier.
Uh-oh. He never... Good.
Double pass and a...
Did him. Good job.
Nice job.
See how far back they've got him already? Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that guy's a little runner. Dead hand. Drop him, Bubba. All right.
Well,
He got it.
Yeah. That's it.
22, Steve Watt.
They had him, and he moved forward.
24, Hutchinson. On.
Come on, quick, get him in the backfield. Down, Bubba! All right!
Number 24, Hutchinson. Hutchins is sacked in the backfield.
Get the ball! Get him!
That went nowhere.
Oh.
They moved. He moved.
Now that. Brenda, what are you doing? What is he doing? I can't see.
Out of bounds.
Punt rolls out of bounds.
What a catch.
That's beautiful!
Number 22, Amy Sobanner. This time the case number 52. Glover Burke for the touchdown.
We got it!
What a catch.
Tape and watch.
That's the hold by number 10, Michael Hinch. It's up.
Good. All right.
Antonelli's kick goes straight to.
Good. Touchdown.
Gotta watch though, sweetheart, Marcus. They're taping. Don't put your head in the way.
Somebody needs to nail him. Right there.
Attaboy.
Good job.
Cool.
No. Way to tackle.
Yeah. Take a second. Was on the.
No. They moved.
He's Rittenauer on the return.
Y'all come on down off of there.
Broken out to the ball.
Oh, somebody needs to miss. Got him. Yep, that's the worst.
I recognize what they
Flag down on the play as pass is complete to.
Trying to quarter, that's what it costs.
Brokenowski, the ball carrier.
All right.
Good job.
Nice play. Nice ball.
Jason Grundorf, ball carrier.
Beautiful run.
It'd either be Mike Hinch, number 10, or 44, Antonelli.
Who we count?
Recon jumps, ball carrier over the left side.
Here.
And on the tackle was
The little ones are playing after this.
Look at him cut to the outside. Look at that cut to the outside. Touchdown.
touchdown. Play. Forward.
Oh, they got a flag. Got a flag. Okay, flag. Two flags.
But there is a flag down on the field.
How did he get by us?
Two flags.
Because the window.
Aaron's trying to center.
Nice tackle.
Yes.
The other boy kid got.
Kevin.
No, I know. Oh, shit. Are you okay?
I know, but I mean.
Oh.
That was funny.
We didn't have too many penalties today.
First down.
Right.
Woo.
Slam. Go to me.
Aaron, you ran right by.
We don't have a.
See how that our kids play. Can't say.
Moves the ball back another 5 yards.
Keep going. Don't stop.
Shanna Billings. Michelle Buckley. Rob. Red now is ball carrier over the right side.
Oh.
Our pool was set up so that there was more room around it. They don't have that much room.
Wow, nice. Strip. Beautiful strip, Freddie. Atta boy, Freddie.
And then they play with 10, and then the one against the.
He didn't make it. He didn't make it. They spotted there. He didn't make it.
Yes, and then they ended up with this double reverse. They didn't fall for it.
Well,
Rick.
The noise when they I think so too. You wouldn't have needed to play the ball.
You get it, either or, and you're supposed to return it. This year they're doing it on a neighborhood violation.
nice, nice defense. There he goes. Told you.
Way to go! Good job!
Good job.
Here it up!
Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Number 34, he's returned.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Kick.
And perhaps there's a good
After.
reason.
Picks up.
Your team for us now, because I know the coaches are
by Kira.
They got 6 guys in the backfield. No, there.
They can at least move back a little further.
Come on, Recon. Come on, Recon. Come on, Rico. There he goes again. Upward team is going to get sick of this. Upward team is going to Is that Bubba? What did it go for?
Flag and stake for the international 500. I've never seen one with that in it.
What did it go for?
Something great happens here for them and bad for us. I mean, we just about have to go home to lose this one, Daryl.
Now these are the Eagles.
Yes.
They're 4-1. They're in the other league, American.
Yeah, but playing that game was the fact that if it came down, we would have had one less extra.
How come everybody's played 5 except us? And a pop, they get a lot of pop. Wait a minute, is the conference and the non-conference, they're not put together, right?
How much? How many?
Okay, so what's happened is the Eagles are 4-1, but they have not, they've only played 6 and a pop has played 6, so there must be a makeup from there somewhere.
Go ahead.
Oh, that one game you didn't play, remember? They were so close in color.
They were doing that play, Tony.
Okay, all right, Daryl, get this one.
Because you got everybody on the right or left side of the center.
Have a little fun. Do something. I hate to think we're just going to run the ball. Let me try a field goal from here.
Here we go.
That was flashy. I like that one. He actually ran about 50 yards that time. Way over.
40 sideways and 10 up the field.
That's one of them Sandlot plays. Run over to the street behind the tree. Usually hit pretty hard today too.
Yeah.
Let's see the problem. I enjoyed that more than I did the Twins when they played there.
I enjoy watching the Twins better than the Lakers.
Oh, we're playing too much softball the way they're hitting up though.
First down.
I thought maybe it was
so.
by coincidence that he was a Mike.
He does such a good job.
I always thought the boy was supposed to play for the Little Olympics, you know, with just some points and switching out and stuff. But the guy's limo was broke down this week. My daughter said that was my fault. You probably could have seen it a dozen times tonight, girl.
In the back.
You get scared with my rosters and I was yelling at everybody. That's Chris's brother.
I know that. I don't want to call him Chris's.
Al Michaels. You never heard of Al Michaels?
Who's that one?
Looks like a face mask to me.
Jay. Oh. You don't want to run into Aaron. You can right there.
Other teams there that are on that list.
I don't understand it. That's what they kept saying. That was a real sorry play. We had to play him again. I don't understand why.
Well, if you told me how to play the Rebels, that I could understand because it's the same.
offsides. They can't be.
Helmet his father was wearing.
They moved.
You know, before he went to Lake Mary, he was at Singer and Magdalen with that.
Come on, Rico. Cut. Oh, no. We got it. Yeah, that's what I do.
And they have nothing to lose, you're right.
Yeah.
They got first down, huh?
Body trap. Bought it for his daughter.
Where's Maureen?
She went to the Women's Aglow. I would expect that she would have been here by now, but one of the first. We play the second place team in the Orange County division. Orange for the other conference.
They're saying we're going to play them again next week, and they're in the other conference
They're probably
too.
second place in the other conference. Or the division, whatever they're called.
Flag.
But you do hold the cutbacks. If you don't, then they're going to run right at you. And if you don't come up to take it up, take the play on, there's going to be natural holes.
Second down and 8. Play action fake. They go on the toss to Bagwell. Down to the 12, so they fake the counter and go wide. And once again, Bagwell runs out of terrain.
You know, we talked about the triple option offense of Georgia Southern and Raymond Gross and how he runs the option. Well, Frankie DeBusk is running the option real well tonight. Now, he's not going to get any yardage, but he's making the right decisions. He's making the people come to him and pitching late and give him that one extra step it needs to get the yardage, get around the corner.
Sophomore from Greenville, Tennessee, has had a very good first half. Third down, 5. DeBusk tosses it out to Bagwell. That could be a lateral, and he's on top of it at the 20-yard line.
No doubt it was a lateral. That was backwards 2-3 yards, so it's going to be a loss of about 10 yards on the play. Bagwell did a good job of recognizing the fact that it was a backwards pass, which is a lateral, and getting on the football.
So it's field goal time again for Furman. Now remember, they had a couple of opportunities that went awry. The last one, of course, the blocked field goal try by Giles, number 10, who sets up on the wide side, on the right-hand side defensively. There he is, the right-hand side of your screen. This will be 36-yard attempt. Giles doesn't get there, and the kick is good. So the Paladins convert this time around with the help of Glenn Conley, the junior from Noonan, Georgia. 10-3 our score now. Furman with the lead. And don't forget, For college basketball, I'll be joined with Dick Vitale in Lexington, Kentucky. Rupp Arena, the side as the Hoosiers take on the Wildcats Tuesday night. And our doubleheader dose of college basketball will continue with the Buckeyes of Ohio State. Yeah, I know, Stan. You went to school there. Against the Gamecocks of South Carolina, 9:30 Eastern Time.
Watch this. See look how they line up differently. You see there's two men on the corner this time. Number 87, Greg Key, as well as number 41, Ron Sherwood. It allows them a bigger angle to make Giles go a little bit wider, and he couldn't get there that time. So they put two men off the line to not give him the short corner we talked about before, the sharp angle.
Remember our first game, Furman, you see 10-3, our first Division I AA game of the year. Northern Iowa was playing at Northern Arizona. Earl Bruce just resigned at Northern Iowa. John Saunders will update that story for you, along with a lot more at halftime. Carl Miller takes the kickoff beyond the 20 to the 22-yard line. Mike Jones made the stop, and of course he's been widely rumored to be the next head coach at Minnesota.
And Colorado State and other places. He's been a traveling man. He's been rumored for more jobs than there is colleges, I think, around the last couple of years. But, of course, Earl was an assistant when I was in Ohio State. Did a great job at Ohio State for 9 years. And, when we talked about Northern Iowa, we just couldn't see him staying in that situation if something better happened. There was a great opportunity for him to coach this year, but it didn't look to be long-term for him.
Remember Rick Bay, his athletic director that resigned at Ohio State after the firing of Earl late last year. He is now the new athletic director at Minnesota, and thereby all of the speculation that Earl will join him. Georgia Southern on first down, 4 yards or more, 0 for 11. Well, that's not the way Irk Russell's offense is supposed to work.
No, it isn't. And Furman is doing a great job on first down. Georgia Southern obviously not putting themselves in the situation because long yardage is not made for this offense. They got to come up with some first down plays.
We have an injured official right now. Check on his status. Irk Russell over there showing some concern, which is nice to see. And there goes Ross. First down, Georgia Southern. That's the kind of conversion on first down they need. Right on cue up to the 36-yard line. Only 56 seconds remaining in the half.
Again, yeah, Furman playing a little bit softer in those situations. Linebackers a little deeper, open up that fullback play.
Again, John Saunders will be by at halftime. Gross looking to throw. Belser is open. He didn't find him in time. Now his offensive linemen are knocking him ahead to the 42-yard line before Fletcher and Craven combine on the tackle. And a timeout called by Georgia Southern with 40 seconds left. We'll return to Pocatello, Idaho in just a moment. Right now the Eagles down by a touchdown.
French Schreiner.
Biotech 2000. The first dress shoes with biomechanical technology. The same technology that makes athletic shoes so comfortable.
French Schreiner.
The first to lab test classically styled dress shoes.
French Schreiner.
The first and only name in dress shoe comfort. Classic styling. Biomechanical technology. For the retailer nearest you, call 1-800-SCHREINER.
Okay, let's see what you got. Cocktail weenies. Alfalfa sprouts. Looks like whip food to me. Where's the starting lineup? You, Chunky, get over here.
Nothing takes care of a mean appetite like the hearty chunks of beef and garden vegetables in Campbell's Chunky Old-Fashioned Vegetable Beef Soup.
That better not be the last of the Chunky.
Campbell's Chunky. It takes care of the meanest appetites.
Owning a home or a brand new car can be a dream come true. And USFNG can help to protect and cover you. From the mountain's ledge to the ocean's edge, we insure you every day. We protect what America's made of. We cover the USA.
We are back in Pocatello, Idaho, where the Furman Paladins lead Georgia Southern 10-3, 40 seconds remaining in the first half.
2-minute drill, and again, that's not made for this flex bone offense. It could put them in a situation they don't want to be.
Tony Belser's the speed merchant. They're looking for him right now. Gross will have to tuck it. He can do a lot of damage this way. He stopped at the 49-yard line. More importantly, the clock continues to tick. They'll move the chain and stop the clock. 31 seconds remaining on the first down play.
That may be their best pass play. Just let everybody clear out and give him some open field. Let him run with the football.
They'll throw this one away and almost picked off by Roper. Boy, the sophomore nearly made a freshman mistake.
Again, you don't want to have this situation offensively because it's not made for what you do, and you could make a big mistake, and that was almost the big mistake we were alluding to. They make a big mistake here, and it could negate all of the good things they've done in the first half, which basically boils down to the fact they've only given up 10 points despite giving up a number of yards.
Belser, number 21, as we mentioned, the wide receiver they like to look for deep. DeBusk flanks out. Worsham's in the game as well. 4 wide receivers. Frankie Johnson drops it at the 40-yard line and hit him right in the numbers.
Frankie Johnson switched. He's usually the tight slot. He went out to the wide slot. And when people do that, it's for a purpose. They just want him to get him the football, let him run with it. The guy averages 14.5 yards a carry, as well as 18 yards a catch.
Gross is 0 for tonight. His only completion to the wrong team. And of course, they have not been able, at least at certain times in this game, to free up that passing game, what little they like to use with their running game. Ross has only broken that interior play once or twice. Gross, under pressure, running out of room and time. But boy, can he use the terrain. Lets it fly, incomplete for DeBusk. Frankie Johnson, I should say, the intended receiver. Number 48 for Georgia Southern.
That'll run out the clock if you do something like that. It's a Fran Tarkenton type scramble here. He's looking. He goes to his right. I mean, watch number 88, Chris Roper. He gets up, 82, excuse me, Kelly Fletcher. He gets knocked down, gets up, gets knocked down again. There goes Chris Roper. He does a good job making him pull up and throw the ball. But again, another incompletion, 0 for 5.
That play took 15 seconds.
There's only 7 left.
And another timeout call. Coming up at halftime, our good friend John Saunders will be by. He'll have highlights from today's NFL action. New England Patriots took it on the chin. College basketball highlights as well. Top 20 scores, all of that coming your way at halftime. And there you see the Cardinals in conclave. Erk Russell talking with his sophomore quarterback. There's Bobby Johnson, the defensive coach. And even the head coach, Jimmy Satterfield, will tell you he controls the Paladin defense.
Well, he's the one coach that stayed when Dick Sheridan left after the national championship game that Furman lost to Georgia Southern in 1985. Sheridan, of course, going to North Carolina State. Bobby Johnson says, hey, I'll stay with you. Give me a good salary.
And he did.
And he did. And it's been worth it because he's done a great job with the Furman defense. Again, ranked number 1 in the country, giving up less than 10 points a game, 9 points a game.
2 statements he made to us earlier in the week. Bobby Johnson, don't let Joe Ross beat you up the middle. And he was concerned that his team not give up the big play. So far, his team's done both.
He was afraid a little of some of the open field confrontations with their athletes. They've done a good job again staying at home and helping each other, taking care of their responsibility, then helping their teammate after and only after they've taken care of their job.
Well, it's 4th down, and this is likely to be the final play of the half. Oh, Big Ben action. They're going for Belser deep. Out of bounds. Tony made a great grab, but they had run out of real estate. And we've run out of time in the first half. Jimmy Satterfield's trotting a happy man. His team leads Erk Russell's by a score of 10-3 at halftime. Stan White and I will be back. But right now, let's go to John Saunders.
Okay, thanks a lot, Tim Brando. Have gun will travel. The Paladins have the lead 10-3 at halftime. And we have plenty to show you here. Let's move to the National Football League first of all. 2 games were played today. Both would have implications on the playoffs. The New England Patriots, all they had to do was beat the Denver Broncos, and they would be in. Joe Collier, defensive coordinator, his last game with the Broncos. John Elway to Orson Mobley. And Orson Mobley drops the ball. Their defense was starting slow as well. Tony Eason hands off to John Stevens, gets a great block and a nice run until he reaches the runway, and the Patriots lead 7-0. Tony Dorsett was having a great game. Here Dorsett breaks this one off for 26 yards. And Tony D would set up Sammy Winder 1 yard on this touchdown run, and it ties that score at 7 apiece. Second quarter, the Broncos are driving again. John Elway in the shotgun finds Mark Jackson over the middle. 31 yards this play will cover, and it would also set up another touchdown for the Broncos. Tony Dorsett doing the work from 5 yards. Denver has a 14-7 lead. Third quarter, Denver leads at 14-10. Eason fakes, rolls out, and tosses it into the end zone incomplete. And Raymond Berry says that's not how we diagram it. Steve Grogan enters the game. Back to pass, but he's picked off in the end zone by Tyrone Braxton, and Denver wins the game. 21-10 is the final here. Sammy Winder running for 2 touchdowns in the game, but more importantly, the New England Patriots missed a chance to move into the wild card race. They're not out of it yet, but they need Cleveland and Indianapolis to both lose tomorrow for them to get into the playoffs. The Washington Redskins, well, they'll have a losing season for the first time under Coach Joe Gibbs. They lose it in overtime. After a fumble, Jim Breach kicked a field goal on first down to give Cincinnati the 20-17 win, and they win the AFC Central, their first division crown since 1981. Let us remind you that we have more National Football League action coming your way here on ESPN. It's the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers Sunday at 8 Eastern Time. And join Mike Patrick and Joe Theismann for all of that. From college football, Earl Bruce, who was just fired last year as the head coach of Ohio State, well, he has decided to resign at Northern Iowa after just 1 season there, citing personal reasons. He caught the entire program by surprise, and the staff say they do not know what brought this on. Some speculation is that Earl Bruce might end up in Minnesota, where his former athletic director, Rick Bay, has resurfaced as AD at Minnesota with the Gophers, but Earl Bruce has resigned at Northern Iowa. Let us move along. The Division I AA awards were handed out today for their Coach of the Year and their Player of the Year, and quite a ceremony because the winningest coach in all of college football was there for the award that was named after him. Eddie Robinson was on hand to present that award. The winner was Bill Russo of Lafayette College, who took a 4-7 team and turned them to 8-2-1 in the Colonial League title.
One of the basic ingredients is really the desire to set some lofty goals and then work hard enough to attain them. And this team, almost to the man, the day after our season ended 2 years ago, really dedicated themselves to winning the Colonial League championship and having a great football team in '88. And, that kind of hard work paid off.
A very emotional senior, Dave Meggett of Towson State, received the Walter Payton Award. As the outstanding player, he's just a little running back.
One guy I really have to, tip my hat off to is Joe Morris, and his brother, because they're doing an excellent job, for their size. But, I look up, to the bigger guys, too, like the Eric Dickinsons, the bigger guys of the league. But Joe Morris, I idol Joe Morris. He's an excellent guy. He's small, he hides behind his linemen, and he makes big, great things happen for the Giants. Thumbs up for the little guys.
That little guy set 6 school records at Towson State this year, including over 3,400 all-purpose yards. A reminder, the Gator Bowl comes your way here on ESPN, the only football game that will be played on New Year's Day. Number 19, Georgia, and the Bulldogs facing the Spartans of Michigan State out of the Big Ten. Our score, it's 10-3. Furman has the lead over Georgia Southern. We're in the Division I AA championship game. Back with more college basketball in just a moment.
To get great-looking hair, you don't need separate shampoo and conditioner. Get it together. In just one step, get your hair clean, more manageable.
Get one that does the work of two.
For control you can't get from shampoo alone.
Wash and go.
Shampoo plus conditioner in one.
Part Plus. Feed me some more. Feed me all night long.
Are you a slave to disposable batteries? Then you need a GE rechargeable battery system. One GE battery can be recharged for up to 4 years and take the place of over 100 disposables, which is bound to make most everyone happy.
Something from the Black Forest has learned to be nice to people. Scorpio, German performance you can be comfortable with at select Lincoln Mercury dealers.
Wrap gifts with Scotch tape. A 4-roll pack is just $144, and Fisker's scissors, this 2-piece gift box set is just $688.
Hey, lots of good stuff here. All over. You can't miss it. Hey, let me tell you, Ace is a place for me.
Once, there were a few proud men of adventure, men of courage, men who knew the meaning of honor. There still are the Marines. We're looking for a few good men.
Tonight's halftime report of the Division I AA Football Championship is brought to you by Pert Plus. Shampoo plus complete conditioner in one, so you just wash and go. By the GE Rechargeable Battery System. One GE Rechargeable battery can be used over and over again for up to 4 years. And by Lincoln, what a luxury car should be. Plenty of college basketball action on this Saturday afternoon as we move into the Saturday evening of your college football game. We'll get back to the second half in just a moment. In the top 20, the number 3 Syracuse Orangemen, a winner over Canisius, 95-69. The final, Sherman Douglas had 23. The Orange are now 10-0. The DePaul Blue Demons facing Georgetown, 10-point win for the Hoyas. Charles Smith, a career-high 37 points. Alonzo Mourning, 19 points. 8 rebounds and 8 block shots. Tennessee Tech against number 6 Illinois, and Illinois wins it easily, 105-77. Lowell Hamilton had 18, and Marcus Liberty had 17. A game you saw earlier here on ESPN, one that we had waited for some time. The 2 highest scoring teams in the nation last year, and it was a track meet. Look at Fryer trying to catch a breather here. Here's why. Tyrone Jones on the break. Mookie Blaylock with the 3-pointer. But Loyola pushes it right back up the floor at Oklahoma, and Enoch Simmons takes it all the way. 3-point play. Lions by 3 early. But Blaylock with the steal, his second of the game, knocks it away from Lowry. Davis ahead to Mookie. Easy 2. 127 total points at the half. The Sooners just too much, though. Stacey King, 28 points and 23 rebounds. Then it became the Mookie Blaylock show. Gets the steal. Pulls up and hits the jumper, and he's not done. Swats away Hank Gathers and gets his 13th steal to tie his own NCAA record and a career-high 31 points and 12 assists. The Sooners are too much for Paul Westhead's club as they win it 136-103, but it was everything that you would expect here. Tyrone Jones added a career-high 33 points as well, and Stacey King, the 23 rebounds, also a career-high. Bad news, however, for Oklahoma. They were told today, a report out of KOCO-TV in Oklahoma City, that they will be banished, put on 3-year probation. They will have 1 year without television and 2 years with no bowl games. This going to recruiting violations in the football program. Stay with us. There's more to come. We're at halftime of the Division I AA Football Championship, and Furman has a 10-3 lead over Georgia Southern. We'll be back with more basketball in a moment.
Hold it. Rough and tough competition, week after week. We thrived in winning in '72.
Undefeated, week after week. Are you kidding? The guys on my Luke Potter Dodge team put their reputations on the line every day.
Luke Potter Dodge.
They challenge the competition to beat their deals.
Beat their discounts.
To beat their financing.
To beat their selections.
Luke Potter Dodge. They don't beat the other guys' prices. They crush them.
It's great to be on an undefeated team again.
Has the advantage. And our low price guarantee means you get the best for less. The low price advantage. Our membership in a $2.5 billion buying group gives us power with the manufacturers. This quantity buying power gives you savings power. Guaranteed. We've got the advantage.
McNamara Pontiac's got 'em. 89 Grand Prix. Motor Trend's 88 Car of the Year. Now even better for 89. So much better, it's guaranteed. An extraordinary offer that lets you buy any new 89 Grand Prix. And if it's not the ride of your life, return it within 30 days and we'll give you full credit toward another new Pontiac. Plus, right now, you can get $500 cash back on select new 89 Grand Prix. See McNamara Pontiac Orlando now.
Cooperating with other people in making decisions. Well, that experience has served me well throughout my entire life and career. A college or a university education can enhance all facets of life. It can be a priceless treasure.
This message furnished by the NCAA.
Nothing beats championship athletics for putting a college's name in lights. At Georgia Southern, we think that's great as long as our equally excellent academic reputation doesn't get lost in the crowd.
Georgia Southern has become one of the fastest growing schools in the nation by doing many things, and doing them well. When I interviewed as a Rhodes Scholar finalist, I was really proud of the fact that I was the only candidate from a public university, and the only varsity athlete. I think that says something about Georgia Southern.
And it also says something about the students who choose Georgia Southern.
We'll get back to the second half of our football game in just a moment, but we continue with college basketball action. Upsets in the top 20. Georgia Tech comes into this game undefeated against their state rival out of Georgia, but they would not leave this one undefeated. Dennis Scott throws the alley-oop to Tom Hammonds for the dunk. Tech fans like what they see early, but Georgia hangs tough. Alec Kessler spins, fires, and hits the jumper. Hugh Durham and the Bulldogs sensed they could pull off the upset. Off the Scott miss. It would be Elmore Spencer who throws the baseball pass to Patrick Hamilton. Hamilton gets the easy layup, and Georgia now leads. Spencer then shows a nice move, takes the pass in the low post, turns and hits it, and Bobby Cremins sees his Yellow Jackets defeated. 80-69 is the final in the game. Alec Kessler with the 23 points. Dennis Scott, the high-scoring player for the Yellow Jackets, well, he chipped in with just 9 points in this game. UCLA came in 20th ranked, but boy, did they get a rude awakening against number 8 North Carolina, 104-78. J.R. Reed came back from foot surgery, his first game back, played about 10 minutes of the game. Jeff Lebo had 18 points. Ohio, the Bobcats against number 10 Missouri, no problem, 113-85. The Tigers were down 9 in the second half. Doug Smith had 31 for the Tigers. And the Drexel Dragons facing East Washington, and they win it by 8, 79-71. John Rankin setting a tournament record with 64 points in the 2 games of this classic consolation in Columbia, Missouri. Number 12 Florida State would have their hands full against Penn State in a game that they would think they would cruise to. Well, that wouldn't be the case on this evening. Homestanding Penn hustled their way to the early lead off the miss. There's the scramble on the floor. The ball is shoveled to James Barnes, and he just lays it in. The Nittany Lions are up 13-8. Florida State then raced ahead. Tony Dawson strips the ball from Deggets and goes in for the layup. Florida State is up now 30-21, but Penn State hangs in there on the break. Freddie Barnes feeds to Ed Fogel for the two-handed jam, and the Lions are only down 7 at the half. Couldn't get much closer, though. Off the rebound, George McLeod dribbles it up court, goes behind the back, and then stops and hits it. Pat Kennedy's team is in control at this point. Watch this, coast to coast on the rush off the miss. McLeod gets the rebound and goes in for the sweeping dunk. The Seminoles 78 Penn State 71 is the final here. Tony Dawson with 29, George McLeod at 21. The Seminoles are now 6-0 on the season. The Ohio State Buckeyes ranked 14th in the nation. An easy winner over state rival Dayton, 104-76. Jay Burson with 24 points for the little guy. They are 6-1 on the season. Perry Carter added 23 points. We're at halftime of the Division I AA championship game in college football. Furman has the lead over Georgia Southern 10-3. Back with more in a moment.
Once, there were a few proud men, men of adventure, men of courage, men who knew the meaning of honor. There still are, the Marines. We're looking for a few good men.
Fancy perfuming aftershave. It's got to be a quarterback's locker. Real guys who get mud on their uniforms use rugged, honest stuff. Ice Blue Aqua Velva.
There's something about today's Aqua Velva man.
Look for Aqua Velva Christmas gift sets.
When you've got diarrhea, you can take this. And when you're in real trouble, now you can choose new maximum strength Pepto-Bismol.
More college basketball. Number 15, Louisville, already with 2 losses this year, but boy, have they come back. Remember, they started 0-2. They're now 5-2, facing much improved Oklahoma State. The Cowboys put a little bit of a scare into the Cardinals here. They wouldn't give up. Brian Houston, low and heavy traffic, gets the roll and the foul. That's a guy who's 6'7". The Cards lead is cut to 4, and Denny Crum, a little worried. Louisville wouldn't wilt, though. Watch the play by LaBradford Smith. Takes the ball away from Thomas Jordan and puts it in. Leonard Hamilton says, hey, that's not the way I diagram it. But down by 8, the young Cowboys don't fool. Dumas with the alley-oop, or was it? Well, they give Jordan the hoop. And then the miss by Corey Williams, and Thomas Jordan out of Baltimore is there with the slam. Hamilton has his Cowboys in at 10 seconds left. Smith misses the free throw. Cowboys have it, but take a long time to bring it up. Chris Gaffney does find Thomas Jordan, but watch the play by Kenny Payne. Right there, he comes across to help, and Thomas Jordan misses what would have tied the game on the easy layup. 92-90 is the final. LaBradford Smith scored 19 of his game-high 27 in the second half. South Carolina against Tennessee. Tennessee trailed in this one, or rather led in this one, but ended up losing it as South Carolina came back from a 13-point deficit. Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish, a loser to Valparaiso, 71-68. Scott Anselm scored a game-high 21 points for Valparaiso as they win at 71. Now, Marshall, the Thundering Herd, facing the Kentucky Wildcats as we look at the North Texas Baylor score, 96-94 there. This one did go 4 overtimes, but I also want to remind you that Kentucky did beat Marshall. 91-78 was the final. Stay with us. Back with more in just a moment. We're at halftime of the Division I AA championship game.
It's a bank write-off. Right now, Capital Vehicle Management is warehousing over 500 bank repossessions and lease terminations until they're liquidated. Tremendous savings on 1984 to 88 models at thousands of dollars less than dealer prices. Buy or lease a barely used car at low new car interest rates. So hurry, come pick yours this week before they're wholesale at the auctions or to dealers. Come to Capital Vehicle Management and write yourself a book value or less deal.
This winter, winning a trip to paradise is as easy as entering Storer Cable's Pro Bowl Hawaiian Holiday Sweepstakes. To enter, look for this display at participating advertisers, and you could win a brand new color TV and a chance to win a trip to Hawaii on Delta Airlines to see the Pro Bowl. At Delta, we love to fly, and it shows. There's a new drawing every week, so enter often to increase your chances of winning. Storer Cable's Pro Bowl Hawaiian Holiday. You never know what could happen.
Don't miss your Florida Jeep Eagle dealer's big birthday bash. 1 year ago, we became a part of the Chrysler family. Now we're celebrating with big savings on every Eagle and Jeep vehicle in stock. Take a test drive now and get a birthday gift from us. A ready-to-frame lithograph commissioned just for this occasion. The Legend of Jeep. So look up, America. Save cash during the bash and get your birthday gift now. See your Florida Jeep Eagle dealer where you can expect the best.
The Division I AA championship game, Georgia Southern has some making up to do. They're down to Furman 10-3. Right now, let's go back to Pocatello, Idaho, and join Tim Brando and Stan White.
John Saunders, thank you very much. We're at the Holt Arena in Pocatello, Idaho. 10-3, Furman with the lead. Along with Stan White, I am Tim Brando. And the story to this game, Stan, really has been missed opportunities for the Paladins. They lead the game, but should be leading by far more than this.
Yeah, Furman has moved the ball up and down the field, but they have thrown the football away. Watch this fumble by John Bagley. Nobody even hits him. Just goes to change his arms. He loses the football out the backside. Georgia Southern recovers. Now, Georgia Southern has bent this whole playoff series, but has not broke.
Bagwell's fumble, and then again inside the 20-yard line, DeBusk looking, and Kevin Whitley stepped in.
Yeah, did a good job. He's in there because as a late replacement for Taz Dixon, just a freshman, made a nice play. Now here's a block kick. Now there's two turnovers and a block kick. Watch the short corner. Mark Giles coming down, getting his hands on the football, blocking the kick. 3 opportunities missed by Furman. How many times did that come back in the second half to haunt you?
Statistically, this game has been all Furman's as well. Let's start with in the air, 7 out of 9. A shutout being thrown against Georgia Southern.
That's the big difference. 124-0. 7 out of 9 for Furman. 0 out of 6 for Georgia Southern.
And the turnovers, again, the key, as we mentioned earlier. Add to that the blocked field goal. And those are 3 scoring chances by the boards. Georgia Southern will kick off for Erk Russell's team, and could it be his last half as head coach of this Division I AA powerhouse? Jimmy Satterfield looking for his first national championship at Furman. Here's the kick at Turner, back deep, 3 yards deep, and he'll down it. 1st and 10 for Furman at their own 20-yard line. The possessions in the first down, 4 plays and a fumble after a long pass for Furman. 13-play drive ending in a touchdown. They had that blocked field goal after the interception, and then a field goal. We have a referee down on the field, Larry Farina, that has his microphone open. I don't think he's aware of it just yet, but you may from time to time hear him as our referee. 1st and 10 for Furman. And Dwight Sterling will take it. Tim Brown made the stop.
Interesting to see what adjustments now Georgia Southern has made at halftime. They got shoved back up and down the line of scrimmage in the first half. The linebackers got to stay at home. Number 37 that time, Everett Sharp, stayed at home. He was ready for the cutback by Sterling. And they just got to play their position.
2nd down, 6 yards to go with the ball at the 24. Fake, DeBusk down at the 22, and it's another sack for Darren Alford. And we've got Dwight Sterling down on the field, the injured Paladin. Darren Alford with that sack. 15 sacks in 11 games this year. And you see Sterling favoring that shoulder right now.
Good man-to-man coverage by Georgia Southern on that 2nd down and long play. Looking for the curl pattern, nothing there. So now puts them in 3rd and long. Georgia Southern has to like this situation. They can get their 2 ends, Darren Alford and Giff Smith, who have 16.5 and 11 sacks, respectively, into the pass rush.
Don Clardy has come into the game now. 1 setback. That is Bagwell on 3rd down and 7. He'll run. Near the 1st down marker, maybe a bit shy, a half yard or so. Darrell Hendricks and Michael Berry, the 2 linebackers, closed quickly on DeBusk, who's dangerous, as is his counterpart in the open field. It'll be 4th down.
Good coverage again. They went to the man defense, took all the short routes away. They got to go back to something long again to open them up, to make them respect the long pass, like that opening play of the game to Lipscomb.
Bruce Like will punt the ball away for Furman. He'll get it away around his 15. That's Rodney Oglesby back deep for Georgia Southern, the single safety. And we've got a marker down. And Georgia Southern may have made the mistake they couldn't make in a 4th and short. Now they say it went against Furman. They were trying to get an offsides penalty that time with a cadence, and it backfired.
All right, Rock, let's open up.
I'll go. I'll be waiting.
Signal! 27, 32, 25, hip!
They can't do that. They just did for 45 yards. Boys, we're still behind at that scoreboard. That'll revolutionize football. You'll never hear this again.
Good morning, Canute.
Morning, Father.
Now that you've graduated with the Magna Cum Laude, what are your plans for the future?
Well, I haven't decided yet. I've had a few offers.
Perhaps Father Newland here can help you.
What kind of offers?
Well, there's nothing very definite.
To coach football, is that it?
Yes, in a sort of a way.
I don't know why I'm dumb enough to offer you another job. Or why I bothered to look for a synthetic rubber when you have got a solid head of it.
Did you say a job, Father?
Maybe I've changed my mind.
Father Newland wants you to stay here at Notre Dame to help him teach chemistry. The job doesn't pay very much at the start, but Newland has great hopes for you later on.
I'll take the job. Thank you, Father.
You will start next term.